So I'm on my own this morning. We have some sickness going through the kiddos. You know, one of the things that we try to do on the homestead is we try not to overrun our headlights. This is a term I heard Joel Salatin say one time, and I think it really describes the feeling of being overwhelmed. You get out ahead of yourself so far that just the day-to-day chores seems grueling, can crush you.
You make progress with baby steps incrementally. I mean, we know that to be true, and the tendency is, I want to do it all at once. We don't do anything all at once. We don't learn to walk all at once, talk all at once, put our poop in the toilet all at once. All this stuff takes incremental. The intimidation factor goes way down when you just pick, well, we're just gonna raise tomatoes this year, or we're just gonna get 3 chickens so we have some eggs and they'll eat our kitchen scraps. We eliminate.
What we try to do here is we try to make sure that our day-to-day chores really aren't more than what one person can handle in a day, so that when we're working, when we're not sick and everybody's working fully functional family, then we have at least 5 really good workers. And the little ones can also help out too, but we got 5 strong backs. And that makes, when one person can do the chores by themselves, and then you've got 5 people doing it, oh boy, it makes it really light, makes it really easy, it makes it fun. You can actually laugh and have fun while you're doing it.
So how do you know if you've been overrunning your headlights as a homesteader? Well, for us, one of the ways that we've known we've had to kind of cut back some of our ambitious plans was that we realized that we were really kind of losing our peace. When we looked out of the windows, or we sat out on the deck and looked out over our property, it didn't fill us with joy. It filled us with trepidation and was becoming a giant burden. And so we scaled back some of the things we were doing. As a homesteader, you don't need to do everything. I think that's one of the things that I've learned the most from Joel Salatin, is that it's easy to get caught up in this idea that we have to just do everything. We have to be completely self-sufficient, and honestly, that's just not really realistic. It's certainly a recipe for burnout.
One of our big projects this year for the spring is going to be running water lines. We really need to start getting more efficient as a homestead. I mean, it's good to have the workout of carrying 5-gallon pails of water over an acre at a time. But it really does just drag the chores out longer than they need to be. And again, with efficiency comes happiness. All right.
So what are some really concrete ways of avoiding burnout? Well, I think one of them is to really stay small at first, to make sure that your systems are all working together. If you have chickens in a garden, really find out a way that those chickens and garden can work well together. If you have goats and forest and chickens and a garden, really get those systems humming together. Make sure those systems are working for you in the best way possible. Make sure that you have as much efficiency as possible. Second, on our homestead, my wife and I really do believe that if we aren't 100% together on everything that we choose to do, there's a break in the system. And inevitably, it causes division. And that's the last thing we want to do on our homestead, is cause division in the most important relationships that we have. So you need to make sure that if you're married and have a family, that everyone is on board with what you're deciding to do. Even if it ends up limiting what you really want to do, everyone needs to be on the same page. Another very overlooked way of avoiding burnout is to really try to make everything beautiful, you know? Don't just kind of like throw things together. Put in a little extra effort to make your animal shelters a little extra beautiful. Make your fencing a little extra beautiful. Plant flowers so that when you are walking around on your homestead, everywhere you see beauty. And when the days get rough, when all the kids are sick and you're the only one working, like me today, you can look around and discover beauty, which will rejuvenate you and make you want to be out there doing the work. So don't overrun your headlights. It's easy to do. It's a mistake that we've already made, and we're working hard to amend so that our homestead is the greatest source of joy because it nourishes the joy of our entire family. Hey, if you've made it to the end of this video, please like and subscribe. It really does help us get out there in front of more people. It does help us with the algorithm on YouTube. We got a lot more coming. Cannot wait to show you. Peace.